Hey, what's up? I recently went to watch the Puss in Boots movie, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, yesterday night with some friends, and I came with no expectations. I'm pretty sure there were also like two Puss in Boots movies before it as well. I did not watch that, so I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And in the beginning of the movie, when it first started, like I was kind of like put off in terms of how it started. It was kind of underwhelming. It was just basically, I guess, talking about, just like going over, I guess, Puss in Boots himself and how, I guess, awesome he is. He was doing this singing routine. He defeated like this guardian or whatever. It was like whatever. The animation though, that got me caught off guard as well because they incorporated like similar elements from like Spider-Man into the multiverse or whatever it's called. I don't know, the animated Spider-Man movie. It looked very similar with the animation, but it also incorporated like modern animation too. It's like a mix between that Spider-Man animation and then just like regular animation or something. Something like that, I guess. But it's like a mix in between, so it looked really nice. Like the animation was on point. Like I can't state that enough. It was really that good. Like you can just watch it just for the animation alone. It's really nice. And later on, towards like as we're getting through the movie, right? You know, he's on his last life. I guess spoilers. Sorry, spoilers. It came out like 2022 December, I think. But he was on his last life. He died already too many times, 8 times already. So he's on his last life, and there is this villain who is called Death. He is a wolf, you know, wolf destroying a cat, and like he destroyed Puss in Boots, which made him just like lose his identity, his character. And later on, we get to meet more like fairy tale characters as well, who kind of like make Puss in Boots go for that, go back to being Puss in Boots, because like he buried his clothes and was no longer Puss in Boots. He like lived in this cat lady's home for a little bit, and some of the fairy tale characters were pretty cool because we got to see like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but it was like Goldilocks and the Mafia. The bears were like the crime family. They were essentially the crime family. Um, we saw, I guess, like a play on like Jiminy Cricket. There was that one. We had a weird dog. Like he was kind of like the sidekick to Puss in Boots, but then he wasn't that annoying, which was actually really good. Like he wasn't super annoying like you would see in probably like a Marvel movie or something. He wasn't. He was actually pretty useful. He was pretty cool. It was that. There's also like this, I guess, this guy who was like, he was like a nursery rhyme, so he wasn't really known, but he was like kind of another villain too. He had like his own pie factory and stuff, and he had a bunch. He collected a bunch of like fairy tale items, like magical unicorn horns, or there were like some other crazy stuff, like a magic carpet and stuff. Like he was pretty crazy, and throughout the movie itself, it got way better from like the middle to the end. The fight scenes were really nice as well, especially between Puss in Boots and Death himself. Like he had this like segment where his like signature opening is his whistling. So he whistles, and that makes Puss in Boots super scared and just cause him to run away each time because of how scary he was, like how he got brutally defeated by by Death. So just Death himself was like a super cool villain. It was pretty nice, like the magical forest that the wish is located in as well. There were like some like themes that defined your character that you needed to overcome to get the star, get that wish. And the easiest path was that dog friend that Puss in Boots inadvertently became companions with, I guess. And he was the most innocent of them all. He was like he wanted to be a therapy dog. He was abandoned. He's pretty pitiful, pretty sad, but he's super joyful, super happy, super positive as well. So it wasn't bad. Like it was actually a pretty good movie. I think it's PG rated as well, so it's like literally for the kids. And for a kids movie, it was super good. Like way better than the latest Thor movie. That Thor movie was garbanzo beans garbage. It was not good at all. And this one just blows it out of the water. I would say this was like probably a little better than Minions, to be honest, because I really liked Minions, and this one was a little more, a little better, yeah. And although the plot is kind of like predictable, pretty cheesy, it still was really fun to watch. The action scenes were great. The animation was great. That was probably like one of my main points that I loved about it. The animation was just so on point because it incorporated like that Spider-Man animation as well. So if you were to watch it, you would see like towards the end of the scenes, Death, he has like his two sickles. He summons like a fire ring that surrounds both him and Puss in Boots for like a final showdown, and it was so nice. It was so cool to see. But yeah, I'm raving about a PG movie. It was good, surprisingly good. Coming in with no expectations, have to say that. Even with my shitty explanation, it was a really good movie. I do recommend it. Maybe don't watch Winnie the Pooh, okay? I didn't watch that yet. I saw some reviews, but watch this instead. It's worth it. It's good.